I want to introduce you to the guy that Donald Trump will put in charge of protecting the environment. This comes from Mother Jones. When Trump calls global warming bullshit, which Trump has done, looks like he means it because, get this, when Trump wins the White House in November, the man who would oversee his administration's leadership of the EPA has made a career, this guy, as a climate change denier. Trump has tapped Myron Ebell, a leading climate change denier, to lead his EPA transition, according to the Climate Wire and other outlets. Ebell is the director of the Center for Energy and Environment at the Competitive Enterprise Institute, a think tank funded by the Koch brothers and other oil and gas companies. Oh, and his organization also funded or orchestrated the latest legal challenge to the Affordable Care Act. Anyway, this asshole also chairs something called the Cooler Heads Coalition, a group that says any talk about climate change is global warming alarmism. So, further proof of what you and I, are going to put into office. This president, Donald Trump, what he is going to do. He's sending a clear signal back here a couple of months before he becomes president that he will drastically roll back progress in addressing climate change. Remember, Trump has said he's just going to fucking tear up the Paris Accords. He don't give a shit. I'm not going to do that. And the guy he wants to head the EPA has called Obama's Clean Power Plan illegal and the Paris Climate Accord a usurpation of the Senate's authority. And the small increases in global temperature, he says, nothing to worry about. Now, in addition to this asshole, Trump has selected a guy named Mike McKenna, a lobbyist for the energy industry, oil, gas, coal, to lead the transition at the Department of Energy. According to Politico, this other fuckhead, Mike McKenna, has, quote, ties to the industry-backed American Energy Alliance and Institute for Energy Research. He's also a lobbyist for Dow Chemical, the folks that brought us Agent Orange, and my favorite, napalm. He's lobbied for the Southern Company, which right here in Georgia is building 2 more nuclear power plants. And when we opened our bill last month, there it was, pre-advanced billing on a fucking power plant that won't open for 25 years. I'll be dead and gone. But I have to pay for it now. What was it? $37. He lobbied for them too. And the Koch brothers. Now, this is a guy, Mike McKenna. He's going to head the Department of Energy. You know, when I saw that thing in my bill, we had an enormous electric bill last month. I mean, just staggering. Because we had 87 days of 90-degree weather down here. Well, 90 degrees is no big deal, except when the humidity is up at 78%, you'll fucking die if you don't have air conditioning. You can't go outside. We live in a neighborhood now with lots of kids, Molly's age and younger. We first moved in over here, kids with their scooters and their bikes and shit, roller skate. Not this summer. The only place we could take her to is a neighborhood pool. Too hot. Can't breathe. So our electric bill was, so I'm looking at it, trying to figure out, Jesus Christ. And then I see that charge, that Southern Company that owns Georgia Power is billing us for a nuclear power plant. See, we have to pay for it. Even though we don't want it, we have to pay for it. a power plant that will not open for another quarter of a century. It takes that long to build one. I think they just started building it about 2 years ago. It takes a long time to build one of these. Okay, 15 years. Okay, I might be alive in 15 years. No, I don't think I will. But I have to pay for it. I'm sorry. The political is always personal, right? Now, there used to be some skepticism that the chief asshole, the Mussolini lookalike, would actually implement some of his more outlandish proposals, from the mass deportation of undocumented people in this country to walking away from the deal with Iran, to walking away from NATO allies. No. He is going to implement them. And when it comes to making his belief that global warming is, his word, bullshit, international policy, Trump appears to be moving ahead full steam.